If you're a beginner in Orion Drift, here's some tips you need to know before entering your first real driftball match. 1. There is a practice mode on every single arena, whether they be on the Driftball District or in the Driftplex District. You just need to head right here, hold your hand up to here, and you can find the restart button, which doesn't work in rookie servers, and practice mode. Turning it on will only disable the starting thing, the thing that actually lets you start the game. That's the actual tips to help me get back. It's just so you don't have to worry about starting a game, which it can just be a waste of time when you're trying to practice. Because the way that I personally like to practice is practicing different routes with keeping my hands on the ball, which with how I'm experiencing the new way the ball works to be extremely buggy, and it just phases through my hands only when I'm carrying it much more often. But it doesn't phase through my hand when I'm hitting it or blocking it, which is nice. Okay, to the actual things. The actual tips. 1. Do not... Can I get the ball, please? Do not throw the ball with your entire arm. That will lead to a decent power and somewhat okay accuracy. But if you want... And only do this if you have actually no speed, because the way you should be throwing the ball into goal to give it more power and better accuracy is a flick. Without moving, this has way less power, but more accuracy. But if you're moving, it has more power and more accuracy, which you should be moving. Though I do find it somewhat inconsistent whenever I'm trying to do an angled shot. So do a combination of a flick and an arm swing for that one. That's just my experience though, unless it's completely sideways. Then do an arm shot, because I find those the most consistent. So if you're moving somewhat straight ahead at the ball, at the goal with speed, flick shot, no speed, full arm, weird angle, weird combination. I don't know how else to explain it, but completely sideways is, yeah. I'm just bad at the game. Wow. Maybe you shouldn't be taking tips from me, because I am not doing good right now. Next, learn how to control the ball. Do light taps and try to keep the ball with you when you're practicing. Because a lot of people, from what I've seen, like to get the ball and just immediately send that across the field. Which, if you have a teammate across field, it can be helpful. If you don't do this. Make it so your team keeps possession longer, so you have a better chance at bringing it to your opponent's goal, which can make it much harder for them to score, as they need to bring it back to your side of the field, while you are right by their goal, making it so while they have to play pure defense, you can play offense, which honestly is just much more fun. So it's making me have more fun, and also making it so you have a better chance at winning each game you do. Do not try to do next tip. Do not try to do solo plays. Yes, they look cool they look cool and make you feel cool, but they have a low chance of succeeding unless your team is absolutely shit. If you want to learn how to do proper team play, go to Passers Club. It is a great place to learn team play because its entire point is team play. Basically that you're supposed to not do solo plays and instead work on your team, doing passes to make goals. Ow. I'm fine. Next, this may seem weird for learning how to get better at driftball, but learn parkour. Go to the parkour district and at least complete the basic 3 courses, which I'm pretty sure are sliding, climbing, oh, my controller's dead, fun, and parkour. Complete these 3 courses up to their finale, and parkour finale can be pretty difficult. Once you learn them, you should be fine. I'm just probably not going to move, because right controller dead. Actually, give me 1 second. Okay, never mind. I was gonna pause this so I can actually go get a battery, but never mind. I guess it doesn't want to be dead right now. We're gonna continue. And another thing, of course, if you have any friends, even if they're way better than you, play with them. Do 1v1s with them. Apophis, someone who commonly appears on this channel, is half decent at Orion Drift because of the fact I kept on doing 1v1s with them. I was wrecking them 0 to 6 in, or 6-0, or however you want to read it, in 90% of them, but as of recent, he's able to get things. I'm still winning, but he's able to get much more skulls. But this did help, but do note, you do not want to use a consistent. Do not make it so they learn a very specific thing, because I might have to help teach Apophis how to play close and personal and get close goals, because they are only really good at long range goals. I need to learn how to snipe, because I'm only really good at close range goals, which actually makes us a pretty good duo. He can snipe, I can take the ball and charge in. But just play with friends, do 1v1s with randos, and of course if you don't feel, if there's not really any 1v1s available, or there's only people that are like incredibly high level, like in the 60s, then just enter a practice mode and just run around, and this can help you learn how to shoot at an open goal, which can be helpful. And also help learn you how to keep control of the ball, especially with this new thing, the new ball. I'm still struggling to keep hold of the ball because of how floaty and kind of buggy the new ball is. And lastly, if you're going to use any of the practices that you are given on the driftplex, such as like the goalie practice or the shooting practice, don't take shooting practice. You can do that. You can practice that in 1v1s and in the actual practice mode. Instead, do goalie practice. This is much more helpful. Start on. Do not do Zen. It may sound easy. Zen is basically just increasing difficulty. It slowly ramps up in difficulty until it gets incredibly difficult. Until even harder than the hardest mode. Start on easy, then go to normal, then hard, etc. This can help you learn goalie work, which is a much needed skill, especially for your team, and all that. Final tip. If your team doesn't have a goalie and you know you're good at goalie, don't push their side unless they specifically need assistance. Stay around the midpoint, so if the ball quickly rushes over to your side, you can rush over and be a goalie. Because not a lot of teams that I see in normal scenarios actually have a goalie, which just means that if you get close and you know you can make the shot, it's kind of just free. Unless their literal entire team is there. They don't have a dedicated goalie. If your team's about to make a crazy play that can allow them to get a point, yes, push. If you're not sure if you can earn a point in that position, stay back at midfield, because if you're worried about them getting it taken. That's just how I like to typically play. I like to play somewhat like far, kind of like this distance while action's going over there. I just kind of sit over here, and if the ball goes over here, I can just quickly rush over and keep position for my team. Well, if needed, I can also just rush in, take the ball, and get the goal. Or pass to a teammate so they can get the goal in a better position. That is all the tips I have for you. Goodbye. Please subscribe, it would help a lot. And hope any of these tips helped you if you're new to the game. See you on the courts, drifters.